Yep.
Here we are back at Lake Washington, 1 week after the last video. We're here a day early to get in some more practice before the tournament. There's been some rain. Some of the coves are really muddy because of the water coming in. The water's nearly a foot higher and 10 degrees warmer. Translation, it's a very different lake. As a result, the fishing was not quite as good as it was last week. So we're going to look around some more, try to find some clear water and some active fish. We checked some spots from last week and found the water wasn't quite so muddy everywhere, which was a good thing. However, the fish were not active in the same places they were last week. Well, it's time to regroup, eat a little bit of lunch, and figure out what to do next.
Hold on. I'm doing good on the cast, and I look up, or forget to look up and raise my rod, and there we go. There it goes. Got it.
Oh, came off.
We've been fishing pretty hard trying to find some fish, and I'm starting to get frustrated.
I'm about ready to drink me about half of them Coors Lights.
You know, I was thinking about that a while ago. It might take multiples just to feel better.
So we're weaving in and out of the trees, going toward the deep water and then back toward the grass. We've really looked around this lake pretty thoroughly, and it's not it's not looking good. All right, so we moved again. We're further up the lake. I believe this spot would have been inaccessible last week. Even with the higher water, it's still only 18 inches to 2 feet deep here. This is some of the shallowest water I've fished before. We did manage to find a few fish though.
You got your stick?
15 1/4. He came from about this far away. A spinnerbait hit, and there was a wake, and then, yeah.
And a few minutes later, Mike strikes again. Well, that wraps up the last bit of practice before the tournament. We're gonna call it a day, head in, get some food, get some rest, and we'll see you in the morning. And we're off. The tournament is underway. We've put together a game plan, and now it's time to execute. We're gonna keep our heads down and fish, try to be smart, and not waste too much time on patterns that aren't performing. Just remember, in a tournament, it only takes 5 good bites to win. We started our day going through areas that have produced on practice days, and we were cycling through every bait in our tackle box. We were having a hard time. Even the old trusty red crankbait didn't help out. Although it was a tough morning for fishing, it was a beautiful morning to be in the outdoors. Take a look at these ducks whizzing by our head. So now we've slowed down a little bit and we're just picking apart the cover. With the amount of cover available to us, it's really important to be efficient with your casts and to catch every angle that you can to try to get that fish to bite. So look right here. You see where I cast? I'm hitting this side of that tree. It's a little further off than I'd like, but you see the intent. The next cast, I want to get under those limbs to my right. So I cast with that arc you see there, and then I'll switch the tip of my rod to pull that bladed jig right by that tree. And there he is.
I got something here.
Hey, you got him out front of that tree too, didn't you?
Under the limbs.
Yeah.
He is not 15, is he?
Well, this one's not a keeper, but it's a place to start, and we'll build off of that.
17, 18. That's my first one in the boat this trip.
We're still really close to where I caught that fish, and now we're picking apart the edge of this grass. So I just cast on that little point. Now I'm casting that little depression there, that little cove. And my next cast will be just across that point that you see there.
It's starting to. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
Huh?
He's a difference maker.
Just hang on.
Yeah, I'm not horsing him, just kind of letting him play.
Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm gonna hug you.
Woo.
Oh my gosh. That thing's over. That's fine.
Watch how easily this hook comes out of that
Snapped
fish.
that,
He was just skin hooked in the roof of his mouth. If I'd been using a really heavy action rod, I would have never landed that fish. But that flexible tip on that crankbait rod was just the ticket right here.
Oh, yeah.
Get that fish in there.
Shoot.
Turn the aerator.
I snatched this thing loose from that grass, and it just bunched up on the end of my rod.
That's when you just cut it.
I got like 10 feet of line bunched up here.
Well, I've picked what I'm going to finish the day with. I'm going to throw this Thunder Cricket until the day is over.
Oh shoot, Mike, net.
I'm right here. You come over. That might be a keeper. I thought he was bigger than you. Everything's 5 pounds now, too.
Well, and that's a pretty limber rod too, so. And he just, I thought I was in that tree.
I'll measure.
I'm measuring, all right, 15 and a half. All right, let me get a good look at him.
Well, there's keeper number 2. He's not a monster, but we're glad to have him.
In the box. Yep. Man. I keep hitting the dang tree. Keep hitting the tree. Hitting the tree and bouncing sideways. Like 3 inches away from where I want to be. Man, that thing's been playing pinball. Can you believe that? Hold on. Mike, got another one. This is a white bass though. This is not a largemouth. Yep. He was leaned against that tree. It's a pretty fish.
I got a really good hook set on this one.
I got the bottom. So I got the bottom. Wind just blows all kind of.
At the time, I didn't think this fish was very big, but looking back at the footage, I think he would have been a keeper.
I just had one miss it right here.
It would have been nice to put him across a measuring board to find out.
Take a little pitch back there behind you.
Yeah, I saw him. He'd have just went in the box probably. He wasn't a monster. But it'd been nice to have another fish in there.
I would gladly have let this one get away in favor of the one I just missed.
Flip. I saw him flip a while ago, but I thought he was bigger than this. Ow. Stuck me. It's a little feller. Oh, fish. I can't tell how big he is, but I got a fish. Small. He's small. Yep. He come up out of that junk. I was tangled up in it. Little fella strong. He just got heavy.
Well, that's it. we are done. We're headed out to the main lake to get on plane and head back to the weigh-in. We ended up with 3 keepers. Looks like I lost some footage and didn't get Mike's fish. I didn't get any of Mike's fish on the camera. But he did manage to catch a couple, and one of which was a keeper, so we're weighing 3.
Yeah, guided by Mike Bingham, yeah.
Yeah, so here I'm joking with the tournament director, Jim Phillips, about me catching a good fish while Mike's actually, running the boat and the trolling motor and all that. So I want to take this time just to make sure everybody understands. When I catch fish from the back of the boat, it's because of Mike. He puts me in front of fish. And then I either catch them or I don't. Some days I catch more than others. Some days I blank.
2 more fish, but again, we get so parked up here somewhere. We're going to go put on the trailer and come back.
Weigh-in's complete. At this point, we're leading big fish. That fish that I caught earlier weighed 5.62 pounds, and that held for about 10 minutes. One of the teams weighed in a 5.9 something and bumped us out a big fish. And we finished 7th overall. It's not too bad for 3 fish.
That's where I caught the 3.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody you think might enjoy it. And as always, go outside, do something fun, see something beautiful, and share it with someone.